Welcome back to Good Day. Halloween is 2 weeks from this Friday, but if you want to get your ghost on sooner, head to one of the Toledo area's most historical sites. Fort Meigs. Head of Interpretation John Thompson and Jennifer House have your invitation to the Garrison Ghost Walks. Good morning. Thanks for being here today.
Good morning.
Well, you all look fantastic.
Thank you.
Do you wear this every day?
I certainly do. Part of the work attire. This is
yeah, this is part of the uniform.
Yep. And it's well worn, I can tell you that.
Well, so. And warm and nice and warm on a day like today too. But you don't normally dress like this every day.
No, I do not. No. This is my hobby.
and we'll talk a little bit more specifically about what you're wearing in just a moment. But you have an event coming up. It starts Friday. The Garrison Ghost Walks goes for 2 weekends at Fort Meigs. Talk a little bit about exactly what this is.
Absolutely. It's an annual event that we hold every October. It is the big fundraiser for our volunteer corps. We absolutely could not function. A tiny nonprofit like Fort Meigs could not function without the dedicated work of so many volunteers. This is their big chance to scratch up some money to help us out, and the Garrison Ghost Walks are extremely popular among the public. It is a really fun event. It's a storytelling time, so you get guided through the fort by candlelight to various campfires. Each fire has its own storyteller who will slowly reveal some of the darker history of Northwest Ohio.
Yeah, I mean, clearly there's a ton of history here in our area dating back so many years. What part are you playing specifically in the ghost tours when people come out?
I'm a lantern carrier, so I will either be guiding at the front of the line or making sure we don't have any stragglers at the end. Oh. Because people tend to get lost.
Very dark. It's very dark. So,
very dark. And so yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah. Now, do you have to make sure that lantern stays lit the whole time now?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we have backup for that. We also carry extra candles in our baskets or our reticules.
What is that?
Yeah.
This is a reticule, and this is what the ladies would carry instead of a purse, since most dresses did not have pockets. This was kind of our pocket.
Okay, so you got to have one of those. Now, you're wearing a lot of black.
Yes.
That's a lot of black.
It is a lot of black.
And this is because it's a mourning outfit.
Correct. Yeah. This is full mourning. So after your loved one, your husband, your wife would pass, this would be the traditional attire. It would be head to toe black.
Wow.
And this would last this period for about a year.
Wow.
And it's up to the individual when they feel comfortable going into half mourning. So this was kind of an indication to society around you as to where you were in that process and how to approach you.
Okay. Wow.
So half mourning would be like my chemisette. This underneath, I would switch that into either lavender or white. Add lavender or white to my bonnet, gloves. You could even change your shoes. It was just adding a little bit of color.
You're like, I'm starting to feel a little bit better.
Yes.
Starting to come out of it. Really interesting. All of the details here. It's so important when you're trying to preserve this history, right?
And that's what historians do, trying to figure out all those small little details like that.
Yes.
And they can be very, very important, you know, if you're going to understand that time period, and if you're going to portray that time period as well and educate the modern public.
Yeah. So people can sign up to go on one of these. How many are you doing?
There's 4 nights of it, so it's Friday and Saturday this week starting, and then next week as well. The tours begin at 7 and they leave the visitor center every 15 minutes.
Okay.
So it's about 2 hours, 8-9 tours through the night. But if you take the last tours of the evening, which are adults only, you might wend your way through the fort over a 2-hour or longer period. So it's still finishing around 11:30 or midnight.
So it depends if you want to bring the family to this, or if you want to have a night out and be like, I want to get spooked a little bit. So it would be more appropriate for kids to attend some of the earlier ones.
Definitely, as they'll be restricted from the later ones.
Yes.
But the younger children tend to focus towards, you don't want them out all night to begin with.
Yeah, right.
But they tend towards the earlier time periods. And there's nothing terribly inappropriate for them. It's not absolutely scary. It's important to let them know that they have a long night ahead of them of quiet listening, for sure.
That's the hardest part.
Yes, but all are welcome, of course.
Yeah, and you know your kids' level of what they can handle and what might not be a good idea. But as you mentioned, this is a fundraiser for the volunteers. So why is this particularly important? This particular event that you do every year?
I think it's something that a lot of people who may not be completely interested in history want to come out to the site for a military event. This is something a little bit different. Still embraces the history that Fort Meigs has, the traumatic death that occurred there, and our cemetery spaces. But this steps a little bit closer towards popular culture and the way that we enjoy celebrating this season, season of death, Halloween, whatever you want to call it. A lot of people are interested in that. A lot of people can embrace it, and it's a way that we can embrace them to come out.
You brought something with you today too. Okay, so what is in these?
These are early 19th century funeral biscuits.
Funeral biscuits.
And when I say biscuits, I mean you and I are really understanding them as cookies. Biscuit is sort of the British term, but in early America, we still have a lot of British and American English. But it's essentially a shortbread cookie, like a Scottish shortbread cookie that is has molasses in it. And these would be handed out. Food is very integral part to mourning and funerals.
Right, and a funeral.
Even today. So ladies would often line the roads between the churches and the cemeteries, and as the funeral processions would go through, they would hand these out. And they could come with all kinds of messages. It could be the individual's obituary, it could be a passage of scripture, it could be uplifting words of any kind. So we have these at the site, and each one that I've brought today has a different soldier from Fort Meigs that did die there. A real person.
A real person, wow.
And these are their real obituaries.
Wow, and the back,
Yeah, they're wax sealed. Of course, letters in the early 19th century would be sealed with wax there, and you can see they're all closed up. But you would also stamp the shortbread, so they are embossed. It might be with the family crest of someone that died, or some spiritual symbol. But this is a tradition that goes back a long way. Of course, we still have it. You know, people might drop off casseroles to your house.
Right, absolutely.
So it's a similar idea. Food has been a part of death for as long as human beings.
Wow. Can people get these at the fort?
We occasionally do have them. They are popular, so they do disappear. But it is something that we try to do just to raise awareness about our cemetery space and the death that we have seen at the fort there.
Wow, lots of history, lots to learn. But also, if you do like that spooky season, this is a great way to come out and maybe celebrate all of that. Okay, so what do people get online? Register ahead of time?
Store.fortmeigs.org. It's our online store for the historic site, and you can purchase your tickets there. Only advance tickets online. We can't sell them at the door. So get your tickets online, and you can pick the night and the time slot that you would like. And away we'll go.
Yeah,
17th, 18th.
She'll guide you with her lantern.
Yes.
You won't get lost, right?
No. Or will you?
Or will you? Thanks for coming today.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
Yep.
Excellent.